Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to BISP Solutions. This side Ayushi Thakur, techno-functional consultant. So in today's webinar, we will discuss about the Oracle planning ticket, and we will continue with my previous session, what I have stopped before. So in my today's session, we just go ahead with the tickets which I'll be explaining you where we left, wheresoever we left in my previous session. So we left in previous session on ticket number T116. Now we'll be doing ticket number T_117, where I'll be giving you the where there is going to be one issue, one scenario, and we'll be solving that issue. And we'll move ahead with the next ticket. So there are two planners. One is Tabby, who can view sales east entity, and Alina, who can only view sales west entity. So over here, sales west is the name of the entity and sales east is the name of the another entity, and there are going to be two planners. One is going to be Alina, second is going to be Tabby. So first of all, let us keep in mind that what are the roles and responsibilities need to be given to a planner. Well, if I'm the administrator, then what are the responsibilities I'll give to them, and how they can view sales and sales is entity only, and how she can only view sales west entity only. Okay, as a planner, if I am a planner, if I am an admin, and I have to give the responsibility, if I have to give the responsibility of planner, so what are the roles I'll be using over here? One is Alina and second is Tabby. So over here to Alina, I'll be giving the responsibility of user because she is a planner, and to Tabby as well, I will give the responsibility of a planner. So both of them are the planners, and but they are the planner of different entity. She can see the west sales entity, and he can view only east sales entity. So this is the scenario which is going to be there, and we have to give the we have to solve this issue and the ticket. So basically over here, these are my entity. You need to keep in mind first of all that these entities which is given is added in your instance or not, or in your application or not. Then you have to check that maybe this happens sometimes that at the time you're solving the ticket, this entity can be new. So sometimes before entering the data or before resolving the ticket, you need to check the ticket status, that whether this entity is there in your application or not. Then you have to go and assign access to Alina, and same goes to assign access to Tabby. You have to assign these entities to them only, so that whenever any changes can be there, so Alina can do particularly for west sales entity, and same goes for the Tabby as well. So here the question arises that if you want to give the assign access over there to that particular Alina and Tabby, Then what where we should go, and from in the application from where we should assign this. So you can go to dimension. There are two ways actually. You can go to dimension. After going to the dimension, you have to go and check how to go assign access, which we did in our previous ticket, and you have to give the particular access to that entity, to that particular person, for that particular entity. Rest you can leave, and as you have already given them or as you have already given them the assign access to that for that entity only, then they can only, when they will open the application by their own user and id password, they can only see that particular entity data only, or they can only read or write whatever access you give to the particular user, can only access that entity only. So next is cell level security. You can do with the another option which is called cell level security. In cell level security, you are having the condition which is the option 1, and it is the option 2, so you can do either with assign as access, or you can go for the cell level security as well. What is cell level security? Suppose you are having you are the users, and I am the admin. So over here Ayushi is the admin, and I'm the actually manager of this company, or you can say for the entity. I have two users over here, Alina and Tabby. When Alina can see the West sales entity data, and where Tabby can see the East sales entity data. Okay, so what's next is that whenever, if any by default, if Alina can see the data of Tabby, she cannot make the changes in say e-sales entity. Okay, this is not allowed. She cannot make the changes in the sales entity. She can only make changes in the her entity only, what right has been given to her entity. Okay, she cannot make changes for the Tabby user entity. What Tabby is having the entity in that entity, she cannot make changes, because she can only see, or sometimes not, if sometimes possible she cannot even see if that proper security access has been given. She can see but she cannot write. Okay, she can only write access she's having, but she cannot there is no option for write. She can only see the changes between which has been made. Same goes for the Tabby also. He can only see the Alina data, but he cannot make changes for the Alina's data. So first option we have already did. This option has already been done in my previous ticket. Now let's try the second option, which is cell level security. The Ayushi over here is the admin. She's having all the rights. Now let's make two. First of all, let's make two users. We'll go to the application. We'll go to the access right, access control. Sorry. We'll go to the manage users. If that person belongs to any of the particular group, you can add that member directly in the group, but right now I'm doing with the help of manage users. You can first you need to create the user, as tabby has already been created, so I'm not going to create again for the tabby. Okay, let me show you what all access right I have given over here to the tabby. Over here to tabby I have given the username, to the password, the first name, and the access has been given the user role assigned because he is just a planner. Now we'll create the another one, which is going to be Alina. Alina, I have given the username as Alina. I have given the password now. Next, confirming the password, given the first name as Alina. Giving the access right as user. Given the role of a user over here. Now save it, click on OK, and now as you can see, the user Alina and the user tabby has been made. After that, we will first go to the dimension. Let's check the entity, that whatever entity we are talking about, it's there or not in the application. Okay, after that, let's go to the dimension. Let's check the entity. Okay, this is my sales east and this is my sales west. In my sales east entity, I will first go and assign over here. I have chosen the Alina over here for the access, and I'm giving her the right option. The type of access has been given to her right. Okay, and then close. Now refresh it. This is how we do for the option 1. Whatever form will be prepared, and if you will choose the entity 420, then only Alina can make the changes in that particular entity, and leaving rest she can only work for that region itself only. If she will choose another entities also, but she can see the data, but that is going to be in cell read only mode of read only mode cell. She cannot make changes in that particular cell. Now what is cell level security? In application, when you will go, there is an option of cell level security. Click on that. Let me give you a small review about what is cell level security, so that you can people understand that how to actually use it. Just a minute. It is one of the features. Cell level security is actually one of the feature which has been introduced by the Oracle 2-3 years ago, maybe probably 3 years ago. That's why it is something new and people generally don't know about it. But cell level security is one of the thing which has been used mostly by everyone, because it's very important thing to use in your application. It is for security purposes we use in the PVCs and EPVCs application. This feature actually enables by the administrator, as I told you, to deny access to groups or the users specific cell that a group or the user would normally have access through their regular security. So basically someone is having the power user superpower user, or she can be use superpower user or power user. So that administrator is giving the access to deny that particular group or that particular user for that specific cells that a group or a user would normally have access through the regular security, which the group or the user can normally access through with the help of regular security. So over here I will give the actual effective assignment over there, where I'll be showing you that what particular group of people can normally cannot make the changes in that particular in particular specific cells. Cell level security is the rule which can be set for the individual users or for a group, where after giving it the right, nobody can use it as per the right which all has been given by the admin. So over here, suppose over here there are users. Okay, let me select one of the user, like I have selected Alina. Let me add her over here. Okay, and right now not created any. I've enabled all. Let me just see what all changes we can made. We can write deny read, deny write. Okay, over option here, in this option we can do this. Let's first create the security. Let us give it as a specific name, region. So I'll denying her for the east sales entity, which is of Tabby. Okay, for all particular cubes you are having the right, you can choose any of them. Like for plan, just select plan 1, select one plan, or any of the plan accordingly. Okay, over here, for then we will go to the dimensions. We will add the dimension over here. I wanted to go for account and entity. Then we will add the rule over here. Now we'll go to the account section. We'll select any of the account. First let me select any member name. Like suppose I have chosen Alina over here. I will deny her to write. She can read but she cannot write. In particular account, I will choose any of the account accordingly. Just for explaining you, I'm telling whatever the requirement will be there, you need to work like that for this. Like for cash and cash equivalent account. And I have chosen the entity that I'm denying her to write for that particular entity. So let me search directly that entity. If I'm not wrong, its name as, let me search an entity, full entity name. I don't remember the name of that entity. See, Sales East entity. For this entity I'll be denying her to make the changes. See, as you can see, there is a cross option. You can delete the rule if you want, and like this we have created this rule. Okay, we'll save it. Now we'll test it. We'll just select any of the form. Like this, I've selected this form, suppose. You can see that there is only option coming as read. Okay, if I will give her the option of see, I have given her the option of deny write. She cannot make the changes but she can read it. If I would have given her the right of given her the access of write, she can write it. So let us make same for the tabby. We'll be following the same rule. First just deselect all the cube. We'll select the plan 1 cube over here. I'll add the dimensions over here. I'll be selecting account and entity. Add the rule. I want to select tabby. Okay, tabby is over here. I've selected the user over here in this. After selecting the user, I am giving him the deny read option, then he can write it. Let's try vice versa of that. We'll select the accounts. Same, I'll choose the 1100 zero level descendants. We'll choose the entity. His entity is sales west entity is for Alina, and he cannot make changes in the sales west entity. I'm giving him the option of deny read, where he cannot read the text but he can write. So over here I have selected the entity okay. Now I have added the rule. Now we'll save it. It has been saved. Now we'll test it. You can check directly in the data form, or if you want you can check that same in the smart view also, like in this one of the form we can check. Okay, sorry, let me select any other form. This form only we can select, because we have to select the same account and the same entity as well. Now as you can see that okay, this is coming like that, and like this, because already what I have done is I have given them the role of a user. That's why they cannot even make the changes. But if there is going to be any data in any of these of the forms, so they can just only read it, or either accordingly they can write it over there, but they cannot make any changes if it's not required. So I hope so the query is quite understood by you people. Then if you want, then you can want to create any of the duplicate, or you want to delete, you want to edit, you can make the changes either by selecting it. Restriction has been set over here, the deny to write, and you can add more dimension and more rule accordingly if you want to. And you can, by actions, if you want to import or export any of these, you can do that as well. You can test it, you can say after saving it you can test it. If there would be any data in this, so that they can only view. The basic reason for the cell level security is that they can only put the data and can only put the data where it is allowed to them, where access has been given to that particular user or the group of people. It is not allowed for more security purposes they do this, whether there is an option of read or whether there is an option of write. Okay, now let us move ahead with the second query. Okay, over here in T_118, where issue is allow user to import rent expenses with GST 18% to be calculated on save event. So over here in my next ticket, the issue is, in my next event, the issue is that I have to first create the data form, because on save event means whenever I will save the data, whenever we save the data, 18% GST will be calculated on red by its own. So this is my application. First let me go to the dimension. Suppose my rent of the month is 8,000. I'll be calculating the GST as 18% over it. So it should get calculated when I will save the event, and I have to make the business rule for same as well. This is going to be the result which I should get in my application. Oh, it is going to be my expense. Why I'm checking in this? So member is not added over here, so let me make first a member of this. In other expenses we will add the member as rent expense. Okay, and then you have to make it store, save it. As I have added a new member of rent expense, now I will refresh it. Okay, now rent expenses has been added. Now we'll move ahead with the rules, and I will let you know that how to create a rule and how we can add the GST as a variable in our rules. We will go to the business rule over here. In business rule we actually add the designer variable for which we make the calculation, and it get generated automatically. We don't need to add any of the member in the application. Like GST is something which is not already there in the application, you need to add it. So instead of doing that, for not making our task hard, we will do the smart work. We will already add the variable over there in the application with the help of inflation factor uh, and business rule. Okay, and this is EPM cloud. I'll select the application. Already I have made the rule. I'll explain you with the help of rule how I made it. Right click on the rule, open it. Give us a second, it is getting open. Okay, it is done. So over here I have fixed the base data, whatever the dimensions I don't need to touch, or what I don't need to, for what intersection I'll be making the whatever intersection I'm going to make the calculation, that all I have fixed over here. Like my base data is my HSP view, my scenario, because I'm doing it for the planning, for my plan, and selected the product, the version, the year, the sorry, it's not going to be 21, it is going to be 25. Selected for January and selected the entity as well. After that I have added the variable over here as name, that's tax percentage. I'll show you from where I have added the variable. And I have added the GST 18 as my member. At it is going to be already there in my application, because I'm going calculating the GST 18% on rent expenses. I have added the percentage over here, then I have end fixes over here. So from where I have made the variable, and this is my option where I had made the variable from. In actions I have gone, oh, there is an option called insert a variable. We'll go on that option. I will import the percentage whatever I want. See, like this I made this first, just like okay, we'll just go over here on the create. You select the name, convention, or the group if you are having. Select the type. I want it to get calculated in form of percentage, because we are doing in the form of percentage. I want that. I'll add the default name over here. We'll give the RTP and RTP text over here, and I'll set the limit that if percentage should not exceed for more than 100 percentage. So like that I'll just fix the limit over here and I click on OK. Like this now like this my variable would be made. And if you want, I'll just show you that how I made this variable. mm, I don't know, it's why it's not getting open. Or you can just choose the cube also from here that you want to select for the cube. Let us create one by our own. GST 18%. Okay, I'll want it in a form of percentage. Description I have given calculating. If you want to give description, you can give the description as well. Like I'm giving calculating GST 18% on rent input expense. Okay, And now if you want to name it in any group, you can do that. After that, I'll set the limit over here. I'll click over this. We'll give the default value as 18 only. We'll set the limit that it should not, minimum should be 18 and maximum should be 100. Should not exceed, or it should not get less than this. Okay, my run prompt time is going to be on save event. Okay, I no need to add the special car 18. Okay, I have saved this variable. Now we'll be calculating this variable. Let me just copy and paste that on my application. I'll select it. I'll click on OK. Now this variable has been added over here. I have to copy this variable over here. Okay, now just save and validate it. The rule has been saved and validated. We'll go and deploy it. See, there are certain things you can add from it, like is it hidden, you want to hide it, you want to use the override value, you want to use the allow and missing hashtag if it's going to be missing. You can give the security purpose also to the person to whom you want to add the group. Like if you want to add any person to the group, you can give the approval, that the person can give approval, this can write, this can read, this kind of things you can add as well. And yeah, and we'll launch it. So rule has been launched. Now we'll go to the smart view, and we will just check that whatever the error, whatever the for, we'll connect with the smart view and we'll see is it working or not, whether it is making the calculations or not properly. Select the connection from here. Okay, I have connected myself with the smart view. After going over there to the smart view, I'll connect and we'll just check that it is working or not. Whatever the scenario, whatever the intersection we have selected in the business rule, we have to select the same intersection over here, otherwise it will not work. So it is very basic thing, people everybody knows that, but still I am telling you just to keep you in update. I've selected the scenario as plan. Now version I'll be taking as working, product as p underscore. Okay, the name was there, I don't remember the name. Tablet computer, alias name was there, I don't remember the alias name. Okay, now let's select the account. It is, these are the accounts which I'm going to select. I have to add these two things also over here in this, because it has been added in the instance right now. You can check the on the in the smart view, and you can check the same in the data form also. You can make the data form, you can select the same things and you can make the changes. 9,000 I'll be adding over here. It is showing error in the smart view. Let us connect with the data form. One of the data form I already have made. Let me just go and make the changes in it. Select all the POBs accordingly. Let us attach the business rule to this. The name of my business rule is okay. Now let us select the rule again. It was okay 118 GST2. Select the rule in the data form. After that, give the prompt as run after save. Already given. Now save it, finish it. You can overgive the access over here from this also. Okay, now go to the go to the navigator, select data. This was my form. Now I'll input the data and we'll run the launch the business rule through data form. After the enter the value, what is this? Who has attached this action menu over here? No menu has been selected. Why it is showing the option like this? No, smart list has been kind of, still it is showing there is some error in this application. When you will go and select the put the figures, you will exactly get the figure like this what I am showing to you. Otherwise I have to do the scenario again, the same what I was doing. I would have shown you with the help of smart view as well, but it's not possible to do it right now. So we'll just do, we have to do this in the same way what I have done till now. In the data form you have to select it and we'll make the changes. It will go like this smoothly. Okay, thank you so much for connecting and thank you so much for attending this session.